Hello. I always thought that by and large, we would come eventually to this topic, the topic of Israel. It's hardly discussed in Nigerian space. Even Christians don't talk about it. Why that is, I cannot understand. But why I decided to bring it up eventually is because of something that happened during a video that I was reviewing. This video was posted by the Cruise, and the title is the Sharia misunderstood? Muslims and ex-Muslims see eye to eye. That's the title of the video. I've reviewed it. I've done about three clips on that. On that panel, there were 3 Christians and 3 Muslims. The first Muslim, what is his name? Ridwan or something like that. I think it's Ridwan. The second one calls himself Abu Salman, and the third one a lady. So I'm going to come back to the lady later on, not in this video, but in a separate video. But this guy, Abu Salman, I really don't know why he managed to smuggle in the issue of Israel, even in a topic that has nothing to do with Israel. Please listen to him.
We were born as Muslim musicians, and other people that became non-Muslim. Some became atheists, some became anything they want to become, and nothing was passed on them. They are free, they roam the city. In fact, they even go online to start causing trouble and saying a lot of bad things about Muslims, but yet no verdict was passed on them. It would be bad for me to call Alexander the Great a bad person because he fought wars, and he was referred to Alexander the Great because of what we are having now. Of course, what Israel is doing is bad, but it's not really different from what was going on then.
So, can you make head or tail of anything that he said? The topic is Sharia. That's the topic. And about apostasy laws. And then he wanted to justify Sharia. And so he brought up the issue of Alexander the Great, saying that it would be bad for him to call Alexander the Great a bad person just because he fought wars. First of all, Alexander the Great was not a political figure, was a political figure. He wanted to expand his domain. He wasn't a religious figure. He was a pagan. He wasn't doing what he did because of his God. That is the difference between you, Muslims, and Alexander the Great. That's the difference between Muhammad and Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great was purely a ruler, not a religious head. And all that you are doing now is because of Islam. So if you want to say Islam is a political movement, I'm okay with that. That's exactly what I believe anyway. I don't believe Islam is from God. I believe that it's a political movement. It's a movement to realize your goal in life, to subjugate others, to dominate, which was the goal of Alexander the Great. But you had to use the name of God to achieve it, which Alexander the Great did not do. But let's leave all that. Let's come back to the issue of Israel. So why did he now bring in Israel? He said, of course, we know what Israel is doing is bad. You and who? You and who? You know what Israel is doing is bad. I don't understand. I just can't understand you. You said you know what Israel is doing is bad. So there is nothing these people want to discuss, that they will not bring up Israel, they will not bring up America, they will not bring up Christianity, because they see those 3 issues that I raised now, Israel, America, and Christianity. They see these 3 as hindrance on the way of Islam. And so no matter what topic, these 3 must come up: Israel, America, and Christianity. So in a show in a panel discussion that had nothing to do with politics, that had nothing to do with Christianity, that had nothing to do with Islam. With Israel. This man managed to bring Israel in. And what did he say? We know that what Israel is doing is bad. So that's what I want to talk about now. What exactly is Israel doing that is bad? What is Israel doing that is bad? That takes me to the second video. I'm going to play a second video in a minute now. This. So let's listen to them. Oh, sorry. The audio is not coming up. So let me quickly adjust that. Okay. So I've been able to fix the audio problem. So let's listen to it again. I guess that you may be struggling to understand what they're saying. So let me just come up. Palestine must be free. Free, free, free Palestine. That's what they're saying. Free, free, free Palestine. From the river to the sea. From the river to the sea. Palestine must be free. That's what they're saying. And this protest happened in, I think, somewhere in Osun State, in Nigeria here. In Osun State. So the question is this a political movement or is it a religious movement? What is happening in Palestine between Israel and Hamas? Is it religious? Is it political? So if it is political, that is, it's a matter of kingdom. It's a matter of governments. Why are these people, these Muslims, why are they protesting? Why are they protesting? So it's not a political thing. It's a religious thing. At least from the side of Hamas and other Islamic movements, it's a religious war. From the Israel side, it's a political thing. Israel wants to defend its own territory. Currently now, Israel is not even a religious state. There are Muslims living in Israel. There are Christians living there. There are secular Jews, non-religious, and there are Judaizers, people that still practice Judaism in Israel currently. There are atheists in Israel currently. So it's a secular state. It's a democracy. And from the standpoint of Israel, they want to defend their land. They want to defend their territorial integrity. But from the standpoint of Hamas, it is a jihad. That is why people like this will be shouting, free, free, free Palestine. Free, free, free Palestine from the river to the sea. That's why they're shouting. And that's why this guy also went on a program like this and he was saying, we know what Israel is doing is bad. This guy. That's why he could go there to that program and say, we know what Israel is doing is bad. So, having opened this topic up for discussion, I have some questions that I want to ask my Muslim friends. I have some questions that I want to ask them. So hopefully they'll be able to give us answers to these things. So the first question that I want to ask them is this. For those that are crying, free, free, free Palestine, free, free, free Palestine, you believe in Moses, that Allah gave him, Musa from your own angle. You believe that Allah gave him the Torah. Okay? So that Moses, where was he leading some people to? And who was he leading? That's the first question. Moses, where was he leading people to, according to your religion? Particularly, let me give you a quotation in Surah Al-Ma'idah, Surah 5, Ayah 20 and ayah 21. It is, maybe I should even quote that. Let me pull that up. So this is Surah 5. You can see this is Surah 5, ayah 20. That's Surah 5, ayah 20. So let me move myself to another corner so that we can see very clearly. Yeah. Okay. And what does it say? Look at it. And remember, when Moses said to his people, so my question is, his people, who are those people that Moses was speaking to? Oh, my people. So here is Moses. Allah is quoting Moses as saying, remember Allah's favors upon you when he raised prophets from among you, made you sovereign, and gave you what he had never given anyone in the world. I hope you have seen that. He made you sovereign, and he gave you what he had never given anyone in the world. So, who was Moses talking to? Were they Arabs? Were they Iraqis? Were they Iranians? Were they Palestinians? Who was Moses talking to? Let's go on. So who were the people of Moses? And what did Allah give them that he never gave to anybody in the world? What? You can read any other translation. Okay? It's the same thing. He gave them what he had never given anybody else in the world. He granted them favor. He put prophets on them, and this and this and this. He made them. He essentially made them triumphant. Let's go to the next ayah. Oh, my people, enter the Holy Land. This is Moses still talking to his people. Okay, so it's going to get very, very interesting. So Moses said, "Oh, my people, enter the Holy Land." This thing is still, where do I put myself to make it smaller? Let me make it, okay. So here is it. Oh, my people, enter the Holy Land. So next question is, what is that Holy Land? Where is it? That Allah gave to Moses' people. And who are those people of Moses? And he said, Allah has destined you to enter, and do not turn back, or else you will become losers. So don't give it up. Don't turn back, or otherwise you will become losers. Who were those people that Moses was talking to? And what is that Holy Land that Allah gave to those people? You can, oh wow, this is spoiler alert. This translation, Sahih International, put Palestine in brackets. You can see that. He put Palestine in brackets. That is Sahih International. Oh, my people, enter the blessed land. So he called it blessed land. And the other one called it Holy Land. And Sahih International put i.e. Palestine in bracket. But maybe some Muslims will disagree with this translator, so we don't know. Which Allah has assigned to you, and do not turn back from fighting Allah's cause. He put that in bracket. And thus become losers. So Allah has given you this Holy Land, or the blessed land. Don't turn back. Don't turn back. So this Sahih International is trying to bring out, see, all this one is not there. It's not there. That is how Islamic translators generally handle things. So we know that it's not there. It's not in Allah's cause, but it says he has given you the land and don't turn back. That's what it says. So Muslims, which land did Allah give to Moses' people? And who are the people of Moses? So those are the first two questions that I wanted to ask from Nigerian Muslims that are always, particularly those ones, free Palestine, free Palestine, from the river to the sea, free Palestine. Which land did your Allah give to the people of Moses? Who were the people of Moses? Were they Arabs? Okay, so those are the first two. The next question I want to ask from you is this: Dawood, which Nabi Dawood, which you talk about so much, from where, which people did he belong to? Dawood. Where was he? Was he in Arabia? Was he in Medina? Where was Dawood as at the time he lived in the world? So please answer that question also. Next question is this: the son of Dawood, Suleiman ibn Dawood. Okay, your Quran says clearly that he was a king and he was so popular, so powerful. Where did he reign over? Which people did he rule over? Where was his land? Was he in Medina? Was he in Mecca? Was he in Yemen? Was he in Syria? Where exactly did Suleiman ibn Dawood, where did he reign? Just answer those questions. Next, I'll skip all other prophets. Let's go to Isa ibn Miriam. You believe that Isa ibn Miriam was sent to some people who did Allah send Isa ibn Miriam to? And where did he, as he went about, spreading the message of Allah, where? Which land? Was it Mecca? Was it Medina? Was it Yemen? Was it in Turkey? Where? Which land? So please answer that one too. Next question that I want to ask you is this. Do you have any history of Palestine? Any ancient history or any Middle Age history where Palestine, any document that mentioned Palestine and Palestinians? Can you just cite one? Can you cite one? Okay, so that is that. Next question is this. Your Quran constantly mentions Bani Israel, children of Israel. Bani Israel. It constantly mentioned Bani, even all over your hadiths and this and that, is Bani Israel. But how about Bani Palestine? Where were they mentioned in your books? Bani Palestine. Okay, we only read about Bani Israel. And which land did the Bani Israel possess? So answer those questions. Next question. On October 7th, 2023, Hamas attacked a particular land. And there's something they were fighting for. They were fighting for Islamic domination. Okay, they were fighting for Islamic rule. If you want to claim that they're fighting for self-determination, is rape part of self-determination? And how they went about raping girls and women, is that part of struggle to be free, or they are lost? Is there any government in the world that fights like that? You want to be free. Let's assume that you want to be free. So raping women and small children, that's part of fighting for freedom? Is there any government in the world that is not going to condemn that? And you Muslims, do you condemn that? Do you? Then on October 8th, the same month, the very following day, October 8th, Hezbollah also started sending rockets into Israel from southern Lebanon. Hamas was fighting from Gaza. Okay, if you want to say, okay, Israel occupied this, did Israel also occupy Lebanon on October 8th? Why was Hezbollah sending rockets, I should say, into Israel from October 8th, 2023? Why? What did they take from Hezbollah? Let's assume they took something from Gaza. But what did they take from Hezbollah in southern Lebanon? Why was Hezbollah, why were they throwing rockets and bombs into Israel? If it's all about land, did they take land from Hezbollah? Answer those questions. Then next question. You said, you generally say, like this Ibn, whatever he calls himself, Abu Suleiman, who said, we know what Israel is doing is bad. So let me direct this question to him. You said what Israel is doing is bad. So how would you want Israel to respond to the attack by Hamas? How would you want Israel to respond? Killing about 1,200 people on the same day, October 7th, 2023, and kidnapping over 200, taking them back into their den, into their the shithole where they used to hide inside Gaza, and then raping, maiming. So if you were the head of a nation and such a thing happened, how would you respond? I'm just asking. How would you respond? Next question that I want to ask is this. If you are dealing with somebody, let's say someone attacks your house, and you've said that you are happily married. I'm still talking to this man. You said you are happily married. So you have a wife, or maybe wives, I don't know, because you're a Muslim. Then you have children, and somebody comes into your premises, attacks your premises, and is holding gun to shoot you and your family. And you have your own weapon, and you want to, if you don't take out this man, he's going to take you out. So it's a game of who is the faster. But he is using his own children as human shield. So he's putting his children, in front of him, and is aiming at you. So what would you do? What would you do? So those are the questions. Remember, you have your own family. You have your own wife or wives and children. And you have something with which to eliminate the man, but he's holding his own sons and daughters in front of him as human shield, but he wants to kill your own children. Now, you don't want to kill his own children. You just want to kill him so that he doesn't kill your own family. But here he is putting his own family in between you and himself. What are you going to do? That is exactly the position of Israel. Israel doesn't want to kill Palestinians, if there's anything called Palestinians. I've asked you to show us a document in history that mentions Palestine or Palestinians. Not in modern history, in ancient history. Up until maybe 18-something, 17-something. But yeah, that is still modern history anyway. Not from 1960-something, not from 1948. Prior to that shows that there was a country named Palestine, and you had some citizens in that country that are called Palestinians. Maybe you can give us one or two of their kings or one or two of their rulers ever in any history. Give us those ones. So that would be my first response to these people that are shouting, free Palestine, free Palestine. So free Palestine from what? From who? Who owns the land? And the Bani Israel mentioned in your Quran and in your Hadiths, which land did Allah give them? And show us Bani Palestine in your own Quran, in your Hadith, in your sources. Just show us. And all the characters that have been mentioned, all the prophets of Islam, Dawood, Musa, Ibn Dawood, Suleiman ibn Dawood, and Isa ibn Maryam, all those prophets, where did they live? Which land did they exist? Those are the questions that I want you to provide answers to. Okay? So, and what would you say about the attack on Israel on October 7th? And since October 8th, what Hezbollah has been doing, the rockets they've been launching into Israel, what do you say about those things, and how would you respond? So, I hope I will get Muslims that will be knowledgeable enough to answer these questions. Thank you. God bless you. I'll see you in another video in connection with Israel. Thank you.